Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Now Braith with a 1-2 as this one's lifted into left center field. Going back as a center fielder. This one's going to go behind his head and one run will score. Running second now is going to be Kevin Donati, and he's going to be running third. Going all the way to second base is now going to be Janowski. He's going to stay put. No throw. And that is a 2 RBI 2-bagger by the second baseman, Brandon Janowski. And the Suns now lead it by a score of 6-2.
Now we're going to take you to the birthplace of baseball, Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park.
Here again, the payoff. High fly ball down the left field line. Going back here is Maduri towards the warning track. Good! Pittsfield Suns tie up the ball game with a clutch 2-run homer by Connor Moriarty.
Now here's your host for Pittsfield Suns baseball, Billy Madewell and Andrew Belargent.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to beautiful Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, as the Pittsfield Suns get ready to take FCBL action against the visiting Nashua Silver Knights. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Billy Madewell. Thank you so much for making us a part of your evening. Alongside me, as always, my longtime broadcast partner, Andrew Belargent. Andrew, the All-Star break has come and gone, and now one focus at hand. Not just tonight's contest, of course, but the playoffs.
The playoffs, indeed. Not just making the playoffs, however, the Suns seem to be in favorable territory for that, but ascending the standings and trying to secure a home playoff game.
That being said, we're going to go into a very express pregame. We're just going to start with the standings for the 2018 FCBL season. This is, again, up to the All-Star break.
The top of the totem pole, as always, the Martha's Vineyard Sharks with a 27-12 record lead the Worcester Bravehearts by 3 games at 23-14. 23-17 Bristol Blues claims third, with the Brockton Rocks sitting in even 20-20. The Pittsfield Suns are in 5th place at 15-22. 3.5 games to go to cover that ground against Brockton. No easy task. They are 2 games ahead of the North Shore Navigators at 14-25. And the current bubble team, Stellar team, and the bottom of the FCBL are today's visiting Nashua Silver Knights at 13-25.
And with that being said, we're going to give you starting lineups once the national anthem has been sung. But what's a key point here for the Suns to avoid their 5th straight loss, Andrew?
I'm going to make this pretty blunt, straight to the point. With the Stellar team in the FCBL coming to your place, if you want to be taken seriously as a playoff contender, in general, this is a must-win game. I'm calling that a must-win game, even, of course, with no immediate playoff implications in the line. I would say this is pretty much a must-win game.
It's going to be very crucial for how they are going to carry their momentum coming into the second half. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to listen into the national anthem as you've been listening to the Pittsfield Suns pregame show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Oh, say, can you see by dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming with broad stripes and bright stars to the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red the thirsty gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Another fantastic rendition of our national anthem, and now we are going to give you the starting lineup for the visiting Nashua Silver Knights.
Leading off, the right fielder, Austin White. Batting second, the shortstop, Cody Morrison. Batting third, the first baseman, Ryan Berardino. The designated hitter, Jake LaBelle, hits cleanup with Jeff Costello residing in left field and hitting fifth. Luke Tyree will join him in center field and bat 6th. And second baseman Nick Biddison will hack 7th. Teddy Bodette will be behind the plate for tonight's contest, batting 8th. And the order is finished off by Max Goyon, who will man the hot corner. And they will go to work against Pittsfield Suns hurler Joey Rogers.
Rogers throwing on from the mound today against making his Pittsfield Sun debut will be Hudson, that being Hunter Hudson. Continuing the defensive alignment from third to first, you have Hughes, McHale, DiMartino, and Sullivan. And from left to right, White, Shade, Faircloth. The outfield dimensions here at Wahconah Park come as follows. 310 feet down the left field line, 377 in straightaway left. It slides in by 3 feet at 374 in dead center field. The power alley, 403, that is the deepest part of the ballpark in right center field. Down the right field line at 305.
We'll look at Joey Rogers real quick. Five starts on this season, 7 overall appearances, pitched 27 2/3, giving him 35 hits, 23 runs, 18 earned. A good ratio, though, walk 13 to 32 strikeouts. A not-so-good ratio, though, with a win and 3 losses on the season. Incidentally, he does have a save, but giving up plenty of hard contact, tied for the team lead with 10 doubles given up this season, and that's given way to an unsightly 5.85 ERA. So Billy, the
trust his teammates needs to be a little bit more of a focus for him, and just to focus at the batter and don't necessarily pitch around people because you're afraid that he might put it in play.
I wouldn't necessarily say Rogers has been pitching, I don't know, like he's intimidated by the prospect of his team handling it. But although the numbers would certainly back the distinction up with a super inflated strikeout rate and a pretty inflated hard contact rate as well.
So Rogers with the sign, and here's the first pitch of tonight's contest. It is dropped low for a ball. The count 1-0. This ball game starting off at 6:30 p.m.
Looking at the man at the plate in Austin White, a 321 hitter. He's 18 of 56, double, a triple, and a homer on the season. Driven in 7 runs to 8 walks. Only struck out 3 times in 15 overall games.
Austin White, of course, no relation to Alexander White, who resides in left. So the count here is 2-0 here for Rogers to the batter. The pitch. This one just a little bit high. Now the count here is 3-0. Suns coming out in their home white uniforms. Black Suns embroidered with yellow on the front, red numbers on the left abdomen. Black numbers on the back embroidered with yellow as well. White pants with a red trim, as this one's right in there for a dead red 3-0 pitch. Now 3-1. Red cap, black brim with the Suns P logo for the cap insignia there. And now the 3-1. That one is going to catch the inside corner. Now from 3-0 to 3-2 full, it will be Austin White with a full count pitch. And Joey Rogers, the lefty, has a sign, the slow windup, and the payout pitch. That one drops low, and that'll be a walk. So bring up the shortstop, all-star number 8, Cody Morissette.
The all-star is a 316 hitter. That's 30 for 95 in 23 games of action. 4 doubles with a triple and a homer on the season. He's driven in 14 runs with 11 walks to 19 strikeouts.
For the Nashua Silver Knights coming out in their road black uniforms with the Nashua I logo on the front. Gray numbers embroidered with white on the back. Gray pants, a blue trim down the side as that one drops low for a ball. The count here is 1-0. Gray cap with a red brim and the Nashua Silver Knight logo for the cap insignia there. Here's the pitch. This one a hot shot just past the middle, past the second baseman, DiMartino. Goes to the center fielder, Shade, and that is going to be a seeing eye single there for Morissette.
Plenty hard hit, but interesting travel up to shallow center as it kind of just rolls up to Shade in center. Looks like maybe the terrain got a piece of it, which prevented it from having any sort of bounce or zip to it after it reached the shallow center, which may be something to look for later in the ballgame.
So here now is the first baseman, number 17, Ryan Berardino.
The All-Star hit 316, much like fellow All-Star Cody Morissette. He's also got 9 doubles, a triple, and a homer on the ledger, driven in 12 runs to 11 strikeouts, a perfectly fine ratio.
Pitch runs low and in, and now the count will be 1-0.
And you are right, Billy. You do get the sense that Rogers is maybe trying to beat around the bush here in these first few batters he's faced, and it's not really producing favorable results so far.
So here is Rogers from the stretch, and the lefty fires this one on the lower inside corner for a called strike. Count now is 1-1 from the Wacona Park North Paw. So from the stretch, Rogers will set. Check on second twice, and the 1-1. That one runs well in for a ball. Now the count here is 2 balls and 1 strike. Rogers again. A little bit of a jam here early on here in the top of the first, just getting underway. Here's the 2-1. This one is chopped off the batter. That one's going to go down as a foul ball.
That one run way in on the hands. Almost, I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't just flat out go off his knuckles on that one.
So Rogers now has a 2-2 count. From the stretch. Check on second and 2-2. This one, a chopper headed in between third and short. Let's see, a throw to second for 1. Over to first, a high throw, and it's not in time. That will go down as a 5-4 fielder's choice because, again, he can't assume the double play.
Exactly.
Now runners will be on the corners with one man gone.
You can't assume a double play, so off that basis alone, we won't rule an error, but under any other circumstances where a double play or fielder's choice weren't in effect, I'm pretty sure we would have called that an error of some sort. But, of course, off that designation, it won't be an error. But regardless, a blown opportunity from the Suns defense to really help Joey Rogers really get his confidence back with what would have been a great double play.
Now here's the designated hitter, number 21, Jake LaBelle. He is the 2018 FCB All-Star Games Home Run Derby champion.
Oh, and this guy can rake. A .380 hitter, by far leads the team in 22 games. 27 for 71, a team leading 4 homers, a team leading 22 RBI, walked 9 times to 16 strikeouts.
Pitch runs low and in. Now the count here is 1 ball, no strikes, 1 man gone.
Notably, Billy, he's also grounded into 5 double plays, which by far leads the team. So,
oh boy,
yeah, it
could be a little bit of ground ball contact here for Rogers. Probably what he's looking for. But this one, LaBelle's thinking the exact opposite. He's trying to continue his all-star performance from yesterday.
Well, I mean, no contact at all is better than ground ball contact, I suppose.
We get infield at double play depth. The shortstop McHale playing slightly in between normal as this one is fouled back. Now the count here is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, but this guy has a huge bat, Billy. We saw that pretty much full force yesterday, homering in the All-Star game and winning the home run derby.
With 12 total homers, 6 in the first and a walk-off in the second championship round, with also 6. Another slow throw there over to first, just keeping Berardino honest.
And a homer in actual live action during the big All-Star game as well, which
very true.
I felt like was the most impressive of all of them.
Rogers with a 1-2. Make it 3. A beautiful breaking ball again from Rogers. His curveball really does in LaBelle.
LaBelle kind of did himself in on that one. Those were not some particularly impressive swings. You got the feeling he was just trying to make Rogers look bad on the mound by just putting something far deep into the field. But with a runner on third, no runs in and 1 out, really the objective should be like, hey, how can I get on base? How can I put the ball in play without it resulting in a double play? And it looked like he just tried to put one over the wall.
Here is a pitch. That one clips the inside corner for a called strike. And the count here is 0-1 to Jeff Costello, the left fielder. Runners on the corners.
The all-star outfielder hit .281 with 3 doubles and 3 homers on the season, driven in 11 runs, 12 walks to 15 strikeouts.
Rogers checks over on first, checks again in the lefty with the 0-1. That one runs in from the Wacona Park only North Paw. 1 ball, 1 strike. Getting the set here is Rogers. A glance at third, check first, and fires. So a chopper in between third and short. And it will be a throw over to second from Hughes to DiMartino. That will end the inning on another 5-4 fielder's choice. So in the inning, no runs off of 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. We head now to the bottom of the first, and we are now going to give you the starting lineup for your Pittsfield Suns.
Well, after their starter bends but doesn't break in the top half of the first, it's time to see the Suns batting come to action. Leading off, the left fielder Alexander White. Hitting second, Thomas Hughes, the third baseman, with the first baseman All-Star Patrick Sullivan hitting third. Joining him will be fellow All-Star Ivan Nunez. However, Nunez will not be fielding tonight. Instead, he will be simply swinging the bat as a DH. All-Star second baseman Drew DiMartino bats fifth. Dylan Faircloth, also an All-Star, will be residing in right field and hitting sixth. Fellow All-Star Brian McHale, the shortstop, will bat seventh. New player Hunter Hudson will catch today. And the order is finished off by the center fielder, hometown kid Chad Shade. And looking at who they will oppose today, well, that would be number 16, Justin Snyder from the Nashua Silver Knights. Snyder, not much action with his seemingly new ball club, but not a particularly inspiring first impression. In 3 appearances, 1 start, lasting just 5 innings, giving up 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, walked a couple and struck out a couple for a pretty inflated, albeit in limited action, 7.20 ERA. Hasn't given his team much innings so far, Billy, and that will be the goal tonight as he looks to try to get the Silver Knights back in the playoff picture.
So it will be Snyder throwing to Beaudet, the backstop. Going from third to first for the defensive alignment, you have Goyon, Morissette, Biddison, and Berardino. And from left to right, Costello, Tyree, White. And again, for the Pittsfield Suns, their motto all year has been hit hard, hit early. We have seen them lose the game, especially late. And let's see how they're going to be able to get this one under wraps, and at least to start things off will be the left fielder, number 6, Alexander White.
White, a .291 hitter, been consistently good all year long, with 1 homer to go with 6 RBI, walking and striking out 19 times apiece.
So an even 1-for-1 on that ratio. Here is the pitch from Snyder. He holds off, and this one is in there for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Next pitch from the sidearm hurler. This one is also outside.
He kind of looks like a statue when he's, or maybe like a gargoyle when he's throwing that ball. Like his leg almost.
More of a stiffer Thomas Hughes delivery.
But like look at his delivery right there. Okay, not quite the same, but like the last pitch he threw, it's like his body kind of rotated. Not like followed through on the motion, but more like his entire body rotated, kind of like a top of some sort when he threw the ball. You didn't see it on that last pitch, but he's been doing that a good bit.
So it's a called strike, and now here is the 1-2 from the lengthy lefty, well inside, nearly got a piece of White, and now it'll be 2-2.
Think kind of like a blend of Justin Masterson when he was with the Indians and Clayton Kershaw of today, but only without like a high kick, more like the initial movement and then like the side armor motion and follow through. You know what I mean, Billy?
2-2 just high and away. This will bring things full at 3-2. That more of a stiffer Randy Johnson approach from the left side.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably a better comparison than what I had.
Here's a windup and the payoff here from Snyder. This one lifted deep to left center field. However, getting underneath this one is Costello, and he will make the catch.
A bit interesting fashion. He almost topples over himself grabbing the ball there. But, well, Billy, we saw plenty of balls like that hit yesterday at Holman Stadium, and pretty much all of them did some damage. But we are back at Wauconah Park, and alas, you just can't get away with that anymore. So a fly out in this ballpark probably would have gone down for double bases in Holman Stadium, but it ultimately doesn't matter. It's a fly out.
So that being said, Thomas Hughes, again, Pittsfield son of 2016, was a dirt dog in 2017. Pitch misses outside, 1-0.
Hughes, a .212 hitter, 11 for 52 with a round tripper, driven in 9 runs while walking and striking out 8 times apiece.
The 1-0 kicks up some dirt, and this will bring it to a 2-0 set to Thomas Hughes. Thomas Hughes, more success on the mound this season than at the plate. He's trying to turn things around here late in the season.
Oh, quite the utility player and a tremendous asset he would be if he could get it turned around at the plate.
2-0 is upstairs, and now it is 3-0.
Billy, do we know if Justin Snyder happens to have a cut fastball?
I don't believe so, but I do believe that he has a cut motion that is out of the zone, if that helps. At least for the Suns, it does. That'll be a 4-pitch walk, and this will bring up first baseman number 38, All-Star Patrick Sullivan.
Looking at Sullivan, the All-Star hit .286 in the first half of the season in 22 games, 8 doubles with a triple and a homer, driven in 10 runs, but here's the bigger number, a team leading 20 walks to 15 strikeouts. While the gap is kind of closing on walks and strikeouts, that it is more than 1-1 is still impressive in itself.
Lefty versus lefty. This one is driven right past the first baseman there, Berardino, going deep into right field, and now rounding second is going to be Hughes. He will get in there easily, and Patrick Sullivan, for his last 10 games, he's only batting .111. That's 4 for 36, and now with that, he's looking to turn the corner.
Well, usually very, very hard-hit balls in the infield aren't a good thing, of course, when they reach the outfield. But in this case, it looked like Thomas Hughes almost predicted Sullivan would rocket that shot. And, of course, kind of shaky fielding on the infield. I don't think anyone actually expected Sullivan to hit the thing, and it got into the outfield pretty easily.
I wouldn't call that shaky.
As a result, Hughes advanced over to third fairly easily.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that shaky at all for the first baseman, Berardino. That was just a hot shot. And really, there was only a superhuman way that someone would have been able to grab that one. So this will bring up the DH number 39, All-Star Ivan Nunez, as this one, first pitch, is up and away. Count is 1-0.
Nunez leads the team in hitting barely at .323 as an All-Star. Couple homers, driven in a three-way tie for team lead in 18 RBI, walking 16 times to just 8 strikeouts.
That yesterday at third base in the All-Star game, he robbed his own teammate of a base hit. This one fouled off now, 1 ball, 1 strike. One man gone, both teams with a hit, but no score.
Yes, you want to talk about a superhuman effort. How about using that superhuman effort to rob your own teammate? Like, come on, man.
So, again, you're going to see Ivan Nunez crowd the inside part of the plate. It is his specialty, and it has worked in favor for him. Runners on the corners, 1 man gone. Here is the 1-1. This one lifted into shallow center. And the shortstop here, Morissette, will make the grab. Of course, no advancement there.
Of course, it should come as little surprise that Nunez is second on the team in hit by pitches at 5 as he crowds the plate every single time he comes up to the plate. And, well, I mean, if he enjoys taking first at the expense of maybe feeling a little bit sore later, then great. You know, good for him.
So, again, this will be the second baseman, number 8, Drew DiMartino, the only man in FCBL history for the All-Star fan vote to have over 20,000 votes.
And well warranted as he hit .303 in the regular season at 2 homers, also tied with a 3-way lead at 18 RBI, walking 7 times to 19 strikeouts.
Top 10 hitter in the league as well. It'll be a 1-0 count here from the lefty Snyder.
If anything, I'm surprised he wasn't just named to the All-Star roster outright.
I agree.
Although he got to there in a pretty memorable way, so I would say it worked out.
Memorable, this one's a hard shot. However, this one's going to go to the center fielder, Tyree, on a line shot, and that is going to end the inning. So in the inning, very similar line from the top of the frame. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. And now we have completed 1 full inning of play. We head to the top of the second with no score between the visiting Nashua Silver Knights and the Pittsfield Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Too bad about radio.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, since television, hardly anybody listens to radio anymore.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that if I were you. There's a radio in use for every man, woman, and teenager in America.
Really? Gee, I'd hate to think of them all turning them on at once.
They do. Every morning.
Who listens to radio? That go where you go, medium called radio. That's with you every night through the long commuter fight, and in the morning with your toast and mama lady-o. Who listens to radio? No matter if it's summer, winter, spring, or fall. Who listens to radio? Only 150 million people. That's all.
through one full inning of play. Both teams in the first create no runs off of a hit, no errors, and 2 men left. So now it'll be the center fielder, number 1, Luke Tyree.
Looking at Luke Tyree on the season, a .241 hitter, driven in 13 runs with 16 walks, but a big, ugly 28 strikeouts by a mile lead to the team.
First pitch is in there to Tyree, and that's a called strike, 0-1.
Second place in the team sitting at 22, so plenty of room before they catch Luke Tyree.
Joey Rogers, as this one is fired foul, left field side. Count is 0-2.
Rogers got a little bit banged up on the mound in his first inning of work, but as I said, he managed to bend, not break, so you hope that he can maybe settle down a little bit and turn in another memorable outing.
Hate to disappoint everyone. We are in line for a sun delay, at least at some point in tonight's contest.
Gee, with no clouds. Are you sure about that, Billy?
Yes, this one, a dribbler over to Demo. He will underhand flip over to first to his fellow All-Star Sullivan for a 4-3 putout.
I like how he snared that thing. It almost looked like he was going to misplay it because it was kind of like off to his side. It looked like he had a bit of difficulty corralling it, but all the way he made it look way easier than it probably actually was, as he pretty much easily just flips it on at first.
This will bring up the second baseman, number 2, Nick Biddison.
Biddison, a .230 hitter at 23 of 100. Has hit 1 homer with 7 RBI, 24 walks, though, to 14 strikeouts. By far best on the team in terms of walks.
Biddison now with a 1-0 count as the pitch against the right-handed hitter, ran low. Here is the 1-0. That one runs low and outside. Now 2-0. Next pitch. This one lifted into center field. Going back there is Shade. And he will make the grab for the second out of the inning.
This inning's going much, much better for Rogers than the first. He's managed to set down the first 2 guys he's faced without really facing too much pressure here. Although in that one, Biddison did get out to a hitter's count, but swung at a pretty bad pitch to kind of bail Rogers out on that one.
So the catcher, number 33, Teddy Baudet, will see a first pitch low for a ball, 1-0.
Been a rough season for Baudet so far, just a 164 hitter. Opportunistic, though, as he's got 2 homers and 8 RBI, but his ratio of 5 walks to 14 strikeouts could certainly use improvement.
Pitch ran in. Now 2 balls, no strikes, 2 men gone here in the top of the second. No score between the Nashua Silver Knights and the Pittsfield Suns. Here's a 2-0. That one lifted high in the air behind first. Sullivan going to chase in foul territory, but I believe he will just run out of room. He runs into the netting. Tries to make their grab, but it's just out of his reach, just behind that netting.
I thought for a minute there he was going to come up with it. That would have been something.
Well, the good news is he didn't, tear down that netting, because that will be a lengthy delay, to say at least.
Oh, boy, that would... Yes, and you're correct in that one, Billy.
So Rogers now will settle with a 2-1 count. With 2 men gone, the lefty deals. This one more straight to center. Going back here is Shade. That one going a long way. And this one towards the wall, and Shade makes a fantastic grab.
That's why you get your warm-up runs in.
So in the inning, it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Suns defense. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We head now through 1.5 to the bottom of the second. No score between the Suns and the Silver Knights. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Getting your child home safely.
Tap your views together 3 times.
Just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Did you know the third leading cause of fire deaths for older adults is cooking? Hi, I'm Rob Neal from the United States Fire Administration with important fire safety tips for seniors. Never leave cooking unattended because a serious fire can start in seconds. Don't wear loose clothing while cooking. Keep towels and pot holders away from the range. Double check the kitchen before you go to bed or leave your home. This message is brought to you by the United States Fire Administration, your local fire department, and this radio station.
Type 2 diabetes is a serious chronic health threat in America. It affects tens of millions of people. Many people who have the disease don't know it. Diabetes can cause health problems such as heart disease, strokes, amputations, and blindness. Talk to your doctor, get screened if you're at risk, and learn how to avoid becoming one of the millions of new cases of diabetes each year. You can help prevent type 2 diabetes. A message from CDC and HHS.
Bottom of the second, no score between the Silver Knights and the Suns. And the all-star right fielder, number 14, Dylan Faircloth, will take his axe for the first time tonight.
Faircloth, a .298 hitter, a couple homers with 18 RBI. His RBI actually outdoes his strikeout total at 16. However, his walk total does not at 10.
This one flared foul, first base side, and the count here is 0-1.
Leads the team in getting plunked this year with 8 hit by pitches, 3 over Ivan Nunez's, which is incredible when you consider that Nunez crowds the plate all the time, and Faircloth really does not.
Pitch, that one runs low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And with that being said, Nunez, as well as really a lot of batters in the FCBL, are approaching the record for times hit by a pitch in the season. Here's a 1-1. This one dribbler right back there to Snyder, who snares it, flips over to first in time.
Well, pitchers are fielders too. Well done there by Snyder.
So bring up Brian McHale, the shortstop, number 5.
A .297 hitter. McHale did get named to the All-Star game, and in doing so, hit a league-leading 12 doubles with a homer and 14 RBI. Walked 13 times, 17 strikeouts, but where we really want to look out for him more is in the field, as he's committed a team-high 11 errors this season.
Pitch is ruled in there for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. This one foul back. That'll be strike 2. So Snyder with an 0-2 count. Shakes off the sign, now has it. Winds and deals. This one called strike 3 right on the inside corner, and that is exactly how you do it. 1, 2, 3.
Set him down just ridiculously easy on that one. McHale pretty easily outmatched, goes down on 3 pitches, and I guess now we'll get to see the new guy.
That new guy is Hunter Hudson, a redshirt junior out of the University of Tarleton. 5'9", 195-pound catcher. He's a switch hitter out of Chandler High School.
I don't believe the Suns have another switch hitter on their roster at the moment.
They do not, as the pitch runs low for a ball. The count here is 1-0. He did go to the University of Oklahoma previously.
Having a switch hitter on your roster is a very helpful asset to have, especially coming off the bench.
Pitch is in there for a called strike, now 1-1.
For the today, however, Hunter Hudson gathering the start.
Here is the 1-1. That one runs outside. He was a .275 hitter this past season at Tarleton. 2 homers, 26 RBI. This one, a slow grounder headed over to short. Grabbing that one's more set to throw over to first in time. And quickly, a 1-2-3 inning. Really a mirror match here, Andrew.
Indeed.
And also a 1-2-3 inning. That'll go the Suns. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We head now through 2 complete. We head now to the top of the 3rd with currently no score between the visiting Nashua Silver Knights and the hometown Pittsfield Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Check it out. It's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
The following commercial is sponsored by feedthepig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
lowest prices in town, dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
Nor will we brag about our
huge selection, enormous variety.
We will offer no contingencies like
see store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
Because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
So here's my cell phone number, my husband's cell phone number, and here's the number to the grandparents. The number of the restaurant we'll be at, it's just down the block. And I told the neighbors you were here, so if anything happens, anything at all, don't hesitate to call. And what's your cell phone number again? I don't think I put that in.
Honey,
what?
Honey, he'll be fine. Okay, let's go.
I know you're right.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months. No back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months. And no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs and more about autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Back to live action as this one is dribbled over to McHale at short. He will gather, throw over to first, well in time. One pitch, one gone here in the top of the third, that being third baseman, number 23, Max Goyon.
Well, prior to that, Goyon had been hitting 207. That will drop to exactly 200 as he will now go to 6 for 30 on the year. He had driven in 4 runs to 5 walks with 8 strikeouts on the season.
So a grounder to short does him in. This will now bring up the top of the order. Pitch, that one misses. Count here is 1-0 against the lefties. That one also hits in the dirt, now 2-0. This to Austin White. He walked on a full count pitch his last time up. And to start off the ball game, Rogers with a 2-0. This one a slow dribbler over towards DiMartino. He'll flip over to first and get the 4-3 put out.
Rogers definitely settling in after a bit of a bumpy first inning. He's now
bring up number 8, Cody Morissette, who singled a hot shot single into center.
Set down 5 men in a row now at this point.
Rogers taking a long time to get the sign, now has it, and the first pitch. It's a curveball, but it runs high, 1-0. Cody Morris set a All-Star, had quite a game there in the All-Star game as well. As here's the 1-0. That one does hit in there for a call strike. Now 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men gone here in the top of the third. With the nod, Rogers fires. The 1-1 is in there, called strike. Now the count 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 men gone.
1 pitch away from getting through a very fast and effective frame.
1-2 runs. Well, that one's not going to do it. That one well high.
I suppose not.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Open-ended swing. That one runs foul. Now the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rogers with the windup. Again, the 2-2. This one a grounder over to first. And that one is yet again fouled off. And yet again, we'll go from 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men gone, 2 continuation fouls, 2 total hits in the ball game. And too many times am I attempting this 2 phase.
Oh, Billy.
Here is Rogers, who has a sign, again looking for his out pitch. Here's the windup in the 2-2. Fastball that runs in, and now another full count here to Morissette.
It's kind of losing him on this one. Had Morissette down and right where he wanted him, but just hasn't found that out pitch yet.
Here's the payoff. That one yet again snared foul, and this will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat.
Morissette doing a wonderful job getting the pitch count of Rogers to go up. We talk a lot about how regulated the FCBL pitching is here, and this is meaning something for sure.
Here is the payoff. Low for a ball, and he lost him. A 9-pitch walk to Morissette, and that's the first base runner given up in 8 men in a row. Rogers had retired. Actually, the last man to reach on base safely was Morissette.
Coincidentally enough, at that.
Now this will bring up the first baseman, number 17, Ryan Berardino, that is. Rogers, a lefty, going to check over on Morissette, but he fires the first pitch, fouled off. Right field side, 0-1. And they're going to rule catcher interference on this foul ball. Don't remember the last time I've seen a catcher interference.
Yeah, you got me on that one. I'm not really sure where the call originated from, but nevertheless, put 2 runners on.
So that will go as an error on the catcher. Designated hitter number 21, Jake LaBelle, will dig in. He struck out swinging on 4 pitches. He'll check on second. Fires the pitch. A check swing, but it runs high. 1 ball, no strikes. So right now for Rogers, again, it's not dire straits right now. You do have a force really at any base. Here is the 1-0. Big cut and miss there from big-time LaBelle.
It could get dire, though, if LaBelle connects on one of those swings. As we've seen, people doing a ton of damage with him.
Here is the 1-1 from Rogers. That one's in there, called strike. Good fastball in the location there, low and in. LaBelle would have had no way to use it. He checks back with the Mark Iris, the home plate umpire. On the bases, Andrew Gerard. But Mark Iris, the home plate umpire, said yes, that was a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 men gone. From the stretch, Rogers has the sign, looking for his out pitch and getting out of the jam here. And the 1-2. This one, a dribbler over towards third. And this will be a throw over to first from Hughes. And a 5-3 putout will end the threat.
Again, bending but not breaking.
No runs off of no hits. 1 error on the catcher's interference and 2 men left. We head now through 2.5 to the bottom of the third. Again, no score between the Nashua Silver Knights and the Pittsfield Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
So here's my cell phone number, my husband's cell phone number, and here's the number to the grandparents. The number of the restaurant we'll be at, it's just down the block. And I told the neighbors you were here, so if anything happens, anything at all, don't hesitate to call. And what's your cell phone number again? I don't think I put that in.
Honey.
What?
Honey, he'll be fine. Okay, let's go.
I know you're right.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months. No back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months. And no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs and more about autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The only man announced to take his hags here tonight between both teams is the number 9 hitter, center fielder number 18, Chad Shade, here now in the bottom of the third.
Shade hitting a bit under the weather at 231 right now, driven in 8 runs, 12 walks, but the main culprit tied for the team lead at 30 strikeouts. Although it does help that he leads the team by far with 16 stolen bases.
This one, a high fly going to center, his own position, but Tyree is right there. 1 pitch, 1 gone. So that will be a 1 pitch, 1 out to his own position. And now this will bring up the leadoff spot, the left fielder number 6, Alexander White. He flew out to left his first time up. Snyder has a sign, the slow windup and the first pitch. That one runs in. 1 ball, no strikes. Snyder will shake up a sign, has it. And the 1-0. This one a slow grounder down the third baseline, but that one's going to go foul.
Oh, by a mile, actually. White knew that the whole way. Didn't even, take a step towards first.
That one got a piece there of Baudet. He's going to take some time to recover here as he drives back out over to the pitcher. That one looked like it got him off the shoulder there. As a quick talk there with Snyder. And he will set back in. With a sign and the wind, Snyder with a 2-1. Pitch does clip the outside corner. Great fastball there. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the 2-2 from Snyder is cut on and missed for strike 3. Down goes White. And that is the second strikeout in the ballgame here for Snyder.
Well, we saw a little bit of cracking from Rogers, albeit no runs given up in his most recent inning pitch. But Snyder, on the other hand, has just kept it pouring on as he is.
So this will bring up Thomas Hughes. He walked his last time up on 4 pitches, so more than likely he's going to be seeing at least 1 pitch. And he does. This one a 55-footer.
See your pitch.
I think he's going to be seeing as many pitches as he does, well, until he sees at least 1 strike. Here is the 1-0. That one is in there for a called strike, so holding red light, waiting for that strike. Now he's got it, and let's see what he has got. Here's a windup and a 1-1. Outside for yet another ball, and he was not even going to think about that one. Again, a lot of success on the mound for Hughes this season as a two-way player. Should he had a better batting average, he might have been in the All-Star game as a two-way player. The pitch gets the call on the outside corner. Very tough call to be a called strike,
Indeed.
but it is nonetheless.
Well, Billy, remember Richard Brereton got into the game and he pitched and went to bat.
That's very true. The 2-2, well outside, no debate this time, even though the ball was practically in the same spot, and now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
It looked like that one was a good bit more outside than the most recent pitch.
It was.
I get it, Billy. I get it.
It'll be a full count pitch. The non-existent runners will be off with a pitch, and the pitch is a one-hopper to the shortstop. Great snare there from Morissette. Throw to first.
Phenomenal.
From the All-Star with an All-Star catch. It is a 1-2-3 inning, and down go the Suns. 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We head now through 3 full to the top of the 4th. Currently no score between the Suns and the Silver Knights. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Are you prepared in the event of a disaster? I'm Jim Cantori, reminding you that the best way to make your family safer is to be prepared before disaster strikes. First, build a disaster supply kit with enough supplies for each family member for at least 3 days. Next, make a family communication or evacuation plan. Finally, stay informed. Listen to local radio and TV reports when disasters are imminent. For more information on how you can be Red Cross ready, contact your local American Red Cross chapter or visit redcross.org.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
Getting your child home safely
Tap your views together 3 times.
is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travel.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Through a third of the ball game, we now head here to the top of the fourth. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters, Costello, Tyree, and Biddison.
Sun delays coming up, Billy.
Very true. The first pitch here to Costello. That one runs a little bit low for a ball. The count here is 1-0.
It's been a very fast-paced game, though, so we've been able to get through more of the game than I thought we would before the sun delay would hit.
Rogers, the lefty, with the pitch. That one misses outside. Now 2 balls and no strikes here for Rogers. A lot of first pitch balls here thrown by Rogers here tonight.
As I've said, plenty of bending without too much breaking at this point. All of that, and he has yet to give up a run.
Oh, a big cut and miss there from Costello, and the count now is 2-1.
You can see his body like contort. He almost did a 180 on that swing. That was great.
9 batters out of 14 faced. He has thrown a first pitch ball.
Ooh, that's not a great ratio, but yet again, look at the scoreboard. Only 1 hit, no runs. You know, he's been able to recover. You know, he's kind of been fighting from behind the whole way, but again, bending, but no breaking.
Here now the 3-1 as this one is dribbled over towards third base. It's foul, and it looks like that one went underneath the stand, so that one's going to go out of play.
Hey, look, the ground rule double.
In foul territory, yes.
Yeah, maybe not.
So Rogers here with another payoff pitch. The 3-2 is popped high in the air behind short. The second baseman here, DiMartino, will call off McHale and collect the out as they look towards each other. A little bit of playing and a smile there from Demo, realizing, yeah, I know that was yours, but hey, I wanted to be included. So that'll be an out, bringing up the center fielder number 1, Luke Tyree.
McHale would reply, at least I didn't have to get voted in to get into the All-Star game.
Ooh. But Demo would say, yeah, well, at least I have more people that want me in than you.
Oh, man, that would get tense.
A flash of a bunt, pulls it back, doesn't matter. It's in there, a called strike.
Yeah.
Count is 0-1 here to Tyree, who flashed a bunt, pulled it back. He grounded out to, said DiMartino, his last time up, as this one runs low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the windup and the 1 ball, 1 strike count. That one just misses high. Look good, but it does miss. Now 2-1. Rogers with the next pitch. Big cut and miss there from Tyree, and that one is swung on and missed. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the lefty with a 2-2 count from the wind. He deals as this one is a pushed hit towards third. Grabbing that one is Hughes. A throw over to first in time by a half step. Great throw there from Thomas Hughes.
Tyree very, very fast. Most other guys, it would have been like a casual, like, oh, I'm just going to, lob it over to you and get him out by a mile. But Tyree blazing down the base path. He doesn't have much time to throw this thing, but He was being used. He makes it look easy, and he throws Tyree out with ease at first.
Second baseman number 2, Nick Biddison. He flew out to centers last time up.
Rogers is throwing an awful lot of pitches, but he's making it, at least in the box score, look so efficient.
Here is the first pitch, and that one runs low. Another first pitch ball, and now that is 10 for 16. That, of course, the amount of batters faced that he has thrown a first pitch ball to. This one is snared down the right field line and snared by the All-Star Sullivan with another All-Star play.
Well, that certainly helps.
He backhand snares this one, preventing at least a single, possibly a double, but either way, a fantastic grab by the All-Star first baseman, Patrick Sullivan, bringing an end to the half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head now through 3.5 to the bottom of the fourth. It is 0-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball, the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
We head now to the bottom frame of the fourth. And for the Suns, it'll be the heart of the order. Sullivan with a great defensive stop. Nunez a great defensive stop yesterday in the All-Star game. And the voted with out-recorded last inning will be DiMartino.
Right now, Brockton Rocks trail the Worcester Bravehearts 1-0, bottom of the third at Worcester. We have a scoreless tie, top of the second, Bristol hosting the North Shore Navigators.
So right now there is only 1 run in 3 games being played.
There you go.
Here is the first pitch from Snyder. And that one is in there for a called strike to Patrick Sullivan. Here's a windup from Snyder. And the next pitch is cut on and missed. As that one had a late break and kicked up some dirt. Now it'll be an 0-2 count as Sullivan wipes the sweat from his brow and tries to readjust mentally here. Yeah, we're really getting into crunch time here with that sun delay. It's going to be coming within the next, I would say, 15, 20 minutes.
I don't know how we're going to finish this inning without it getting in the way.
This one just off the end of the bat there of Sullivan's. A single his last time up, but again in his last 10 games, Sullivan not doing the greatest, only hitting 111, 4 for 36. 3 doubles out of those 4 hits, however. 4 RBI, 7 runs, 10 walks, 9 strikeouts, an on-base percentage of only .319. Here's a pitch. That one run well outside. No going to be fooling Sullivan with that pitch there. Long hold here for Snyder. Now he has the side. He had the 1-2. This one, a slow chopper headed towards second. Glove there by Biddison. A throw over to first in time. So I'll bring up number 39, All-Star DH, Ivan Nunez.
And again, Snyder completely in control right now. He has just been on fire. A little bit of a bumpy first inning, but absolutely stingy in business ever since.
That was the 9th man he recorded out in a row. So, yes, he is.
3 innings worth of men right there.
Pitch. That one runs outside for a ball. Now 1-0.
On one hand, you feel like Joey Rogers is really, I don't know about getting lucky, but kind of treading that line. But Snyder He's put this all into his hands so far.
That one fouled off. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, for Rogers, again, all season long, he's been really focusing on getting the batters out, which has been a detriment because, again, you do leave balls out there for them to either be walks or crushed. But today, it seems like he's stressing his defense a little bit more.
He also is kind of being forced to doing so as well.
Pitch runs low and away. Now 2 balls and 1 strike.
I mean, think about it. All the first pitch walks he's thrown. If he didn't try to shoot for some ground balls, this walk total would be insane, and they'd probably be down by a good bit by now.
The 2-1. That one over to the second baseman, and a jump from Biddison for the line out at second. So keeping Biddison pretty busy over there at second here in the 4th. It'll be a 4-3 line out, a 4 line out. And this will bring up the second baseman, number 8, Drew DiMartino.
Yeah, no real offensive breakthroughs from either side, as the offense in general has just been particularly scarce with 2 hits between these two teams and no runs.
Here is the first pitch against them. Does hit the outside corner against the right-handed hitting all-star. Count is 0-1. Here is the 0-1. This one cut on and missed for strike number 2.
Oh, another guy falling behind Snyder here in the early going. He is in absolute cruise control right now.
So 0-2 the count here to Demo. As Snyder, the lefty, with the 0-2. Just misses outside. Great pitch, however. At least for the location, trying to waste it.
Trying to backdoor him on that one, but a little touch bit outside. A beautiful 0-2 pitch for sure.
Here's a windup and the 1-2. That one misses well outside. Now 2-2.
Probably getting away from him on that one.
You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball, the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Billy Madewell, Andrew Belarchin, Paul Downfield at Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Bottom of the 4th, 2-man gun, a 2-2 count. No score between the visiting Nashua Silver Knights and the Pittsfield Suns. The 2-2 is behind the batter. That one well overthrown, obviously, as that one was practically spiked behind DiMartino. It was so inside it ran outside. So here is the payoff pitch from Snyder. Fouled off from Demo, and now this will bring it to, again, a 3-2 count with 2-man guns.
Swinging at ball 4 on that one, as that one was well inside. I'm a little bit excited to try to get off a defensive swing.
Here again, the payoff from Snyder. This one up the middle, going to the second baseman. Pump fake throw, then a throw to first in time from the shortstop side. Biddison retiring the side at second.
Beautiful throw and off balance on. Wow, what a beautiful throw.
So 4-3, L4, 4-3 are the outs here in the 4th. The 1-2-3 inning, down go the Suns. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head now through 4 full in a pitcher's duel to the top of the 5th. No score between the Silver Knights and the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
At the American Lung Association, we're fighting for a day when we can all breathe easier. We're fighting for clear skies over every city and healthy lungs throughout the country. We're fighting to free millions of Americans from the addictive grip of tobacco and the devastating effects of lung disease. The American Lung Association isn't just fighting for air, we're fighting for all the things that make it worth breathing, and we can use your help. See what you can do at fightingforair.org.
So here's my cell phone number, my husband's cell phone number, and here's the number to the grandparents. The number of the restaurant we'll be at, it's just down the block. And I told the neighbors you were here, so if anything happens, anything at all, don't hesitate to call. And what's your cell phone number again? I don't think I put that in.
Honey,
what?
Honey, he'll be fine. Okay, let's go.
I know you're right.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months. no back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months, and no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs and more about autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
If you're in the mood for a pitcher's duel, look no further here between the Nashua Silver Knights and the Pittsfield Suns. Currently going to the top of the fifth. No score between the visiting Nashua Silver Knights and the hometown Pittsfield Suns. But with the 8-9-1 hitters, Teddy Baudet, the catcher, will dig in first. He flew out to center and may do it again. Shady getting underneath this one, and he does duplicate his last at-bat. 1 pitch, 1 gone.
That one certainly helping Joey Rogers right there. No first pitch ball on that one.
And almost the exact same spot, really.
And I'm surprised, Billy, that we've actually made it this deep into the game without the sun delay, but you can attribute that to the bona fide pitcher's duel going on before our eyes.
Very true, Andrew, as, again, we are expecting it really any time now.
I'd be surprised. I've been saying I'd be surprised if we got through this inning, but I've been proven wrong about 3 straight times. So I don't really know.
Pitch is in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1. So, yeah, you struck out thus far, so we'll just wait for when it actually comes.
Struck
Don't
out
worry,
3 times.
we've already done it.
Struck out 3 times. I'll wear the hat.
This one popped up to shallow right field. However, coming in is going to be Alexander White, and he will collect the out for now 3 pitches and 2 gone. So bring up the top of the order. 3rd time through the lineup now, or at least the beginning of it, that is. Austin White is 0 for 1 with a walk his last time up. So again, yesterday we partook in the 2018 FCBL All-Star Game and Home Run Derby, as well as Scout Day, and beautiful Holman Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire, which, of course, is where the Silver Knights are from. Here's the first pitch. That one runs low for a ball. The count here is 1-0. And, Andrew, I've been telling you time and time again, Holman Stadium is one of the beautiful ballparks of the league, one of the top ones, if not top 2, then definitely top 3. This one is pop foul third base side, and this one will nearly get a camera woman out there, or a cameraman. I couldn't see the suns of my eye. But the good news is they got out of the way. So no workman's comp here today. And it'll be a 1-1 count now.
No lawsuits. Great.
Yeah, that, of course, the camera operator, because Pittsfield Community Television is here today, calling it their broadcast, which can be at least when we get a fresh baseball. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Austin White, in no relation to Alexander White, the left fielder. Actually making the out previously was Faircloth, not Alexander White. Pitch is high for a ball. Now the count is 2 balls, 1 strike. That's 2 balls. Come on. There we are. I'm operating the scoreboard here today. And Alex just didn't want to cooperate. Pitch hits the outside corner. Great location there from Rogers. It'll bring it out to 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 men gone.
How was managing that been for you, Billy?
I've managed.
There you go.
Time call there by Austin White. Yeah, really, any time now we're going to be hit with a sun delay. And here's a 2-2. This one snared down the left field line. Third baseman Hughes is there, and it's going to go off the netting, out just out of the outstretched reach there. So again, 2 balls, 2 strikes here. It will remain. Rogers awaiting the sign. And the pitch just misses inside. Very close pitch. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men gone. Rogers with the payoff. Inside out swing, slow dribbling down the third base line. Barehanded snare there from Hughes to throw it to first, but not in time.
Hard to do. Hard to outdo that if you're Hughes. A spectacular throw to first and a great effort. Really, what are you going to do if you're Hughes? Very well done infield single there, and kind of breaking Rogers out of the pretty good streak he'd been under.
Yeah, he only gave up one hit thus far, and now it's two. The last man he gave up in a single to was Cody Morissette for the second batter in the beginning of the ball game. Morissette at the plate now is 1 for 1 with a walk. Yeah, that sun really getting down, and a pickoff throw over to first. Back in safely there is White. Looking at White, he's 1 for 4 on stolen base attempts, and now they got him picked off. A throw over to first, throw over to second, and the tag applied will end the inning.
Make that 1 for 5.
1-3-6 on the caught stealing attempt will end the inning. So 1-3-6 ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, quickly erased. No errors and nobody left. We head through 4.5, halfway through the ball game to the bottom of the 5th. I got no score in this pitcher's duel between the Nashua Silver Knights and the Pittsfield Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Your neighbors. They're even famous entertainers. They're teachers.
Okay, class, settle down. Open your book.
They're scientists and astronauts. They're hams. They're 650,000 strong, and they're just like you. Earning your amateur radio license is easy. Just contact the American Radio Relay League at 1-800-326-3942.
Home safety is a family effort. Being safe and sound should be everyone's priority. In times like these, theft and violence can strike anywhere. Protect your family. Keep your home well lighted and always lock doors and windows. Installing alarms adds an extra level of protection. Never leave valuables in plain sight. To learn more about protecting your home and family, visit ncpc.org or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters here in the bottom of the 5th between the Pittsfield Suns and the visiting Nashua Silver Knights. 3 combined hits between both teams, with Nashua the advantage 2 for 3. Right fielder number 14, Dylan Faircloth. He grounded out to Justin Snyder, the pitcher, his last time up. And he will dig in. Again, any minute away, really any second away from the sun delay. Here is the windup and the first pitch of the inning. That one drops low for a ball. The count here is 1-0. Snyder with the large kick, and this one does hit the outside corner. Now 1 ball, 1 strike.
Again, I'm kind of surprised we're still playing right now. I mean, I can't look up. Thankfully I have a hat, or I would know what I'd do.
This one fouled off first base side, back to the fencing, and now 1 ball, 2 strikes. It will become here in the bottom of the 5th. No score between the Nashua Silver Knights and the Pittsfield Suns. First game in for the second half of the season, of course, after the 2018 FCBL All-Star game, which was scheduled to be Tuesday due to weather, was postponed to yesterday. And the Dodger All-Stars defeated the Nashua All-Stars by a score of 6-2. A swing and a miss as this one's in the dirt. A throw over to first in time. So this will bring out the shortstop, number 5, Brian McHale. McHale, however, trying to not duplicate what he did last time, and that's strike out on 3 pitches. Pretty big crowd here at Wacona Park today, easily over 1,000. But then again, of course, that's the norm. Here's the big kick and deal from Snyder. Pitch looks like it just missed inside, maybe a tad low, it looks like. Count here is 1-0, 1 man gone. Here's the windup. Snyder with a kick and deal. This one dribbled foul behind Gedman, sitting over in the third base coach's area. Again, the kick and deal from the lefty. This one bounces in for a ball. And the count now is 2-1. The kick and deal. This one a chopper over to short. Gloving that one is more set. A throw over to first is offline, but stepping down on the bag there is Berardino, just barely getting McHale.
Great athleticism from Berardino, saving a throwing error on that play. As you can see him kind of try to weigh himself down to beat out not just McHale, but Gravity as well, and able to beat out both with that little move and prevent there from being a throwing error.
So here's the switch-hitting catcher making his son's debut, Hunter Hudson. He grounded out to short his last time up. I want to give a quick shout-out to Nashua Silver Knights manager B.J. Neverett, inducted into the Holman Sports Legends Hall of Fame almost 2 weeks ago. Pitch is in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Here is the 0-1. That one over the outside part of the plate, but that one drops low and kicks up some dirt. Now 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2-man gone. Here's a windup from Snyder, the 1-1. This one snared foul first base side. That will run out of play. And that one will almost go into a garbage can, but someone's right there to pick up the ball. So ball, 2 strikes, 2-man gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Again, a true blue pitcher's duel. 3 combined hits, Nashua with 2, Suns with 1. They also have an error on a catcher's interference on the batter here, Hunter Hudson. Here is the 1-2. Cut on to miss for strike 3. The tag is applied and now make 1-2, now a 3. That will end the inning on the 2 unassisted on the strikeout.
Deadly efficiency from both sides. Again, pace of play advocates are loving this game. Although they might not be loving it a little bit, even though we've been saying for the last 3 or so innings, looking out for the sun delay, it has yet to actually materialize.
Yeah, we're waiting on it here. I'm waiting for Mark Irish to call it, but it looks like we won't just quite yet. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. For the 4th straight inning, the Suns go down 1-2-3. Now to the top of the 6th we go. No score between the Silver Knights and the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
They're your friends. They're your neighbors. They're even famous entertainers. They're teachers.
Okay, class, settle down. Open your book.
They're scientists and astronauts. They're hams. They're 650,000 strong, and they're just like you. Earning your amateur radio license is easy. Just contact the American Radio Relay League at 1-800-326-3942.
Exercise is hard. So is maintaining a healthy diet. Of course, neither is half as hard as dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Even sadder, most of these deaths are preventable with a few lifestyle changes, including regular activity, healthier eating, and not smoking. Talk to your doctor about your risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES. A message from the American Diabetes Association.
New pitcher in the ballgame for the Suns is Jonathan Marquia. Marquia, 7 appearances, 10 innings pitched, giving up 16 hits, 12 runs, 11 earned, walked 4 to 9 strikeouts, winning decision, but a humongous 9.90 ERA, which he will certainly look to try to get down here, making an appearance today.
Well, I don't think he's going to have an appearance coming up soon because right now Hudson can't even see where the ball is. You can see him with the warm-up throws. That the sun is in his eyes. I'm surprised that Mark Irish hasn't called the delay yet.
I don't understand why they're still throwing warm-up pitches. But anyhow, looking at it for the moment being, Joey Rogers will finish off his pretty respectable outing. 5 shutout innings facing 19 batters, 2 hits, walking a couple with 1 strikeout. He threw a total of 71 pitches, but getting the hook here, he will receive a no decision regardless of the outcome of the game.
Either way, a fantastic outing there for Rogers, one of the best of his season.
Really, really good shutout, albeit somewhat inefficient 5 innings from Joey Rogers. But, I mean, given his season to this point, yes, Billy, I would say this has been by far his best outing.
I want to call it inefficient with only 2 walks and 2 hits given up. Not in the least.
Inefficient only in the sense that he only could cover 5 innings, despite how dominant he otherwise was.
Well, with that being said, it's not necessarily him getting the hook. They also have to look at his pitch count and when he can come back to pitch, as this one is fouled off. To shortstop number 8, Cody Morissette with a great pick play last time up. And really, we're waiting on Mark Irish here with that delay.
Yeah, I don't understand why we're continuing to play. I really don't. Like, maybe we're just trying to, I don't know, cross our fingers and hope the sun sets.
The sun's in the field of view right now, and it is an obstruction. I hope Mark Irish knows the rules with a sun delay here.
He's been here before, so I imagine he probably does.
On a cloudy day, as this one's shot out to center, right there is the center fielder's shade. And this will now bring up first baseman Ryan Berardino. Yeah, the catcher can't see. We got to start calling this very soon.
Come on now. Really? Yeah, like, this is ridiculous. Why are we still playing?
Not to say that we don't want baseball to be played. We just want this, should be delayed.
I want baseball to be played, but not where, players are literally incapacitated because they can't do their jobs. It's like playing baseball when it's lightning out. Like, you don't do that. I mean, we all love baseball, but you don't do that for a very good reason, and there's a sun delay here for a very good reason. Or at least there should be right now.
Here's the 0-1. This one, a slow chopper headed towards second. DiMartino right there, throw over to first in time.
Saving grace. The pace of play in this game has been incredible. And I don't know, maybe Mark Irish wants that to keep going?
That's no excuse.
Yes, of course. Believe me, I'm certainly not trying to justify it. I'm just trying to understand why a sun delay hasn't been called yet. It said, burning your retinas out is not a worthy price to pay for a pace of play game.
Yeah, even LaBelle can't see.
Oh, man. Why don't they just say, turn around and say, hey, can we get a sun delay here? That type of thing.
So Jake LaBelle, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout thus far. Here's the pitch. You didn't even see it.
Yeah, look,
I looked at
Hudson. Hudson literally looked away from the ball. He looked away from the ball. I could see him look away from the ball. I want to see if he does that again here.
Marquia with the 1-0. Swing and a miss there. Now strike one, but yes, he did slightly look away.
It's ironic that I want to say he's left in the dark, but it obviously is completely different from that in the literal sense. But
he's left in the light.
Yes, left in too much light at this point.
It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 2 men gone, and the pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike. Count is 1-2. LaBelle's just looking like, what am I supposed to do? I can't even see the ball.
Yeah, I suppose Hudson would say the same thing. Frankly, I don't know how Irish can see the ball.
He's got sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
1-2, cut out a miss for strike 3. That will end the inning and hopefully end play because this is getting absurd. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We got to start calling this sun delay soon.
Never seen an umpire so hell-bent on having the game played. But it looks like players are coming back onto the field. It doesn't look like we're going to be getting a sun delay.
5.5 innings through. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Again, no score in this pitcher's duel of a game between the Silver Knights and the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
I have a passion for the environment. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. We monitor commercial vessels, making sure our ports and waterways are safe and clean from oil or other hazardous material. We patrol our fisheries, protect marine wildlife and their habitats. With all we do, it's about protecting America.
Were you born ready to protect America? Learn more at GoCoastGuard.com.
Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard in cooperation with the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association and this station.
Getting your child home safely
Tap your views together 3 times.
is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Home safety is a family effort. Being safe and sound should be everyone's priority. In times like these, theft and violence can strike anywhere. Protect your family. Keep your home well lighted and always lock doors and windows. Installing alarms adds an extra level of protection. Never leave valuables in plain sight. To learn more about protecting your home and family, visit ncpc.org or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
So it looks like we're going to be playing through a sun delay as hopefully umpire Mark Irish still not calling a delay here. It'll be the bottom of the 6th, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike on a non-called delay. And the count is 0-1 here to Chad Shade. He flew out to his own position in center.
I've never seen this before.
It'll be an 0-1, cut on and miss. Now strike 2.
And at this point, how much stock do you place into bad swings and like poor fielding from a catcher's vantage point, because none of them probably can see the ball.
The 0-2 is in the dirt. The catcher couldn't see it for obvious reasons. The sun is in his eye. Count now 1-2.
Yeah, either you're burning out your retinas and like destroying your vision, or you just flat out can't see the ball.
Well, at this point, we're not going to get a sun delay.
No, I would be surprised at this point. It's really...
Which is shocking to say the least, as this one's chopped in between third and second. Short, that is. Trying to get the words out. Going on with a throw over to first, and that'll be out number 1.
It's kind of giving an unfair advantage to the respective pitchers, because the pitchers aren't being hampered by this.
And they already have quite the advantage today here in the pitchers' duel.
Yeah, exactly. So it gives them an unfair advantage because batters can't see the ball, and they're just like I don't know, I'll swing at it, and I'm like, oh, I swung and missed. I'm surprised when I couldn't see the thing.
Pitch is snared out into right, but right there is White, and White collects it out for White, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So bring up Thomas Hughes, 0 for 1 with a walk thus far.
This is it's as you said, Billy, this is absurd.
Well, during between the inning, Chris Barbarato was giving a couple stern words to Mark Irish, and he should have gotten more than his money's worth, because that was lighthearted to say the least, especially coming from Chris Barbarato. The pitch is high for a ball 1-0.
Probably something along the lines of, hey, how can you see the ball to make the call? You know, something like that.
Here's a 1-0. This one, high pop-up, headed towards right. Second baseman charging, and he will fall down as he slips and still makes the grab for a fly out to the second baseman, because that one was well into right field, but will officially go down as a pop-up. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left for the 5th straight inning. We head now for 6th goal to the top of the 7th. No score between the Silver Knights and the Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball, the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Home safety is a family effort. Being safe and sound should be everyone's priority. In times like these, theft and violence can strike anywhere. Protect your family. Keep your home well lighted and always lock doors and windows. Installing alarms adds an extra level of protection. Never leave valuables in plain sight. To learn more about protecting your home and family, visit ncpc.org or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Give yourself the gift of a comfortable retirement by setting some cash aside for yourself. Saving a little of your monthly income can be as affordable as the average holiday gift. If retirement is near, you'll want to start saving right away. If you're younger, begin saving now, and compound interest will help your retirement funds snowball. A great way to figure out how much you'll need to save for retirement is to learn how much you'll get from Social Security. Do that in minutes at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
Salagadoola, metricaboola, bibbidi bobbidi boo.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes.
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Many parents miss the important step of booster seats.
Maybe you better explain things to him.
Booster seats raise your child up so that a safety belt designed for adults will fit and protect them properly.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember that 4'9" is the magic number, and get your little pumpkin there safely in a booster seat.
Hop in, my dear. Oh, thank you.
And like Cinderella, you can live happily ever after.
It's like a dream.
First pitch was inside for a ball. The count here is 1-0 to the left fielder number 25, Jeff Costello, who is 0 for 2. Pitch, high fly ball to right center field, but right there is going to be Faircloth, and he will collect the out.
Lost in the debacle over the last couple of innings is the fact that, well, the two teams have a combined 3 hits. The first out in the 7th was just recorded, and it's not even 8 o'clock p.m. yet. This has been insane pace of play stuff, albeit maybe a bit too insane, but still, this has been a true blue pitcher's duel.
We'll bring up the center fielder number 1, Luke Tyree, a couple ground outs to the second baseman and third baseman in the 2nd and 4th inning, respectively. And now it looks like Tyree's got to go back. He's going to grab some sunglasses.
Ah, good call.
Because you're worried about the sunglasses, but not worried about calling a delay. Go figure.
Yeah. I mean, enough subtle clues have been given, like, hey, why don't we call the game? Hey, why don't we call the game? The only thing that's left to do is to say, hey, call the game, and no one, of course, is going to do that. So, prepare a contingency. Good idea. Get some
I'm
sunglasses.
glad Mark Irish is worried about players wearing sunglasses, but not worried about actual protection that is causing a well-needed delay. But that's neither here nor there, and I think, frankly, that's all we can comment, because otherwise we just be beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
So the count is 1-0 after the pitch misses upstairs. Marquia, with one man gone, delivers the 1-0. That one runs in. And now 2-0. It'll be a 2-0 count. Marquia shook off a sign, now has it. Works exclusively from the stretch and fires. This one right down the middle, called strike. But I don't think Tyree could see it. He had a smile that looked back and really not sure. But I have to guess. Marquia from the stretch, working exclusively.
Only so much sunglasses can do for you.
2-1 is cut on and missed. That'll be strike number 2.
I don't know. At this point, can you stall for time for the sun to set? I mean, that's all I've got, really. I don't know. Step away. Call timeout a few times. I don't know.
Now a step off, speaking of calling time.
Not from the right player, of course, but...
Shake of a sign. Shake of 2 signs. Now from the stretch, Marquia.
Not quite doing it like Trevor Bauer, but still looking for the right pitch.
2-2 misses outside. He's going to have to look for a new pitch elsewhere, as it'll be a 3-2 count with one man gone. Marquia with a pitch, swung on a miss for strike 3. Great fastball, ring him up as he chases one high. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball, the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Billy Madewell, Andrew Belarchin at Paul Outfield at historic Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. If you like pitchers duels, well, great time for you to tune in, because right now, no runs, 3 combined hits, and 1 error. The Nashua Silver Knights have 1 more hit than the Suns. Suns have 1 more error than the Silver Knights.
Just absolute dead offenses.
Here's a pitch. Fastball clips the lower outside corner. Count here is 0-1.
Neither team has really been challenged at this point offensively from one another. It's been like once a time where they had a runner in scoring position, and beyond that, just nothing.
The 0-1 misses well outside. On ball, 1 strike here to Nick Biddison, currently 0 for 2 on the day. A flat to center in the second, a grounder over to first, where he was robbed of a base hit by all-star Patrick Sullivan, the backhanded snare. This one fouled back. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got an absolutely capacity crowd here at Wacona Park. The parking lot completely filled, people parking all the way out Wacona Street. Be a 1-2 count. 2-man gone, top of the 7th. As Marquia with the 1-2. Breaking ball did not break enough. It'll now be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marquia will have a deuces wild pitch here. And he has the sign. The 2-2. This one bounces in. Try to take a late swing at this one. Trying to knock it back to the catcher there. That will be no swing. It'll be a ball. Now it'll be a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And 2-man gone. The imaginary runners will be on for the pitch. Marquia will gather a sign, but first he shakes off the sign. Now has it.
Been plenty of imaginary runners in today's game.
Payoff. Swung on a slow chopper, headed to short. McHale will glove, throw over to first, and in time. Great throw there from McHale to end the inning. And ladies and gentlemen, it is stretch time. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We now head to stretch time. We're going to listen in to Take Me Out to the Ballgame with Banjo Joe right here on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Radio?
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, since television, hardly anybody listens to radio anymore.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that if I were you. There's a radio in use for every man, woman, and teenager in America.
Really? Gee, I'd hate to think of them all turning them on at once.
They do. Every morning.
Who listens to radio? That go where you go, medium called radio. That's with you every night through the long commuter fight, and in the morning with your toast and mama lady-o. Who listens to radio? No matter if it's summer, winter, spring, or fall. Who listens to radio? Only 150 million people. That's all.
New pitcher in the ballgame for the Nashua Silver Knights. That's number 7, Cam Cruz. And at the moment, Cruz appeared in 2 games for the Silver Knights so far. 3 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 strikeout with a 3 ERA. And I will wait for the first pitch, but after the first pitch, I will give Justin Snyder's final line.
Cruz with a first pitch grounder over to second towards Biddison. A throw over to first, 1 pitch, 1 gone. That's a good way to start off your outing, but how was the line there for Snyder, Andrew?
Well, Cam Cruz picking up right where Justin Snyder left off. Retired 17 men in a row to end his outing. 6 innings of 1 hit ball facing 20 batters, 1 walk with 4 strikeouts. He threw 73 pitches, but all 4 not. He will get a no decision despite a stellar fantastic outing.
This will bring up Ivan Nunez. Couple outs here to the infield. Pop out to short and a line out to the second baseman in the first and fourth. This one a hot shot, and this one's going to dunk in for a base hit in right center field. And a little bit about time here, Andrew. The first base hit since the very first inning.
About time someone did something. This lineup just got destroyed thoroughly by Snyder, and finally someone does something with the bat. It's been way too long, and finally maybe the team can do something here.
You do have to also factor in of the non-called sun delay into that as well.
Yes, of course, but the non-called sun delay didn't last 6 innings.
That's very true. So 18 men retired in a row, and now a base hit, and they break up that line from Snyder and Cruz collectively. Bring up the second baseman, number 8, Drew DiMartino. He's 0 for 2. Pitch. And it's in there for a called strike. Pitch is in there now for strike 2. Holding the runner on, there is Berardino. Here's the 0-2. That one hit him. That grazed his jersey. And they're not going to rule it there, so it's 1-2. Pickoff throw over to first. Stepping back there is Nunez.
Either way, a very close call on that one.
For the ball not hit by pitch, that is.
Yes.
So it'll be a 1-2 count. Cruz with a pitch. Runner bluff goes. He does go, and that will be a strikeout. Down goes DiMartino.
I find it interesting that they're holding Nunez at first. Not exactly the fleetest of foot.
I have that as strike 3.
Yes, I do.
Rather
as well.
strike 2, excuse me. I did have it wrong. It'll be a 1-2 as this one's lifted high in the air behind center. It'll be the second baseman, Biddiston, who will get underneath it, and he will collect the out. My mistake, but no worries. Now there's 2 men gone. Bring up Dylan Fairclough. So the sun is finally out of the field of play, so it is official. We will not have a sun delay.
Wouldn't it be funny if, like, oh, guys, we got to take a 5. Sun delay.
There would be agreements filed with the league, guaranteed. Here's the pitch. This one runs low and away. Now 1 ball and no strikes.
That's good.
Both teams with a couple hits. 1 error for the Suns on a catcher interference. Here is the 1-0. Big cut and miss there from Fairclough. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. Here is the 1-1. Cut on and miss there from Fairclough. And now that'll be strike 2. So Cam Cruz giving up the first base hit of the ballgame since the first. Only got a runner on first with 2 men gone. Here's the 1-2. That one runs low. Great pitch, but just misses. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. From the stretch, Cruz will set up the deuces wild pitch and fires. That's one a hot shot going up the middle and will go down for a base hit. Deuces Wild makes 2 singles, and now the center fielder boots it. A throw over to third, and not in time. Throw over to second is in time.
Man.
So that will end the inning on a throw out. That'll go 8-5-4 to end the inning. No runs off 1 hit, 1 error, and a man left. We now head through 7 full to the 8th inning. Still no score between the Suns and the Silver Knights. New pitcher of the ballgame for the Suns. And we'll be right back with more Pittsfield Suns baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
They're your friends. They're your neighbors. They're even famous entertainers. They're teachers.
Okay, class, settle down. Open your book.
They're scientists and astronauts. They're hams. They're 650,000 strong, and they're just like you. Earning your amateur radio license is easy. Just contact the American Radio Relay League at 1-800-326-3942.
Give yourself the gift of a comfortable retirement by setting some cash aside for yourself. Saving a little of your monthly income can be as affordable as the average holiday gift. If retirement is near, you'll want to start saving right away. If you're younger, begin saving now, and compound interest will help your retirement funds snowball. A great way to figure out how much you'll need to save for retirement is to learn how much you'll get from Social Security. Do that in minutes at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
The following commercial is sponsored by feedthepig.org, an organization devoted to helping you save money. We will not entice you with messages like
lowest prices in town, dealer approved, certified pre-owned.
Nor will we brag about our
huge selection, enormous variety.
We will offer no contingencies like
see store for details. Legal exclusions apply.
Because we simply want to help you spend smarter and save better. Log on to feedthepig.org. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
New pitcher in the ballgame for the Suns in this offensively starved contest is Mike Noki. 13 appearances out of the pen for Noki this year. 18 innings pitched, giving up 17 hits, 10 runs, 8 earned, walked 14 to 22 strikeouts, a 1-2 record with 3 saves on the season, good for a somewhat mediocre 4 ERA on the year.
It will be the 8-9-1 batters, Baudet, Goyon, White, due up here for the visiting Silver Knights.
And Billy, the last time we saw Noki, very much a mixed bag in every sense. A 4-strikeout inning, but of course he also gave up the game's go-ahead runs in an extra inning loss to the Bristol Blues and took the loss in that game. So very much a mixed bag.
Well, right now for the Suns, they're trying to get at least something going late, because how ironic would it be in a absolute pitcher's duel in every definition of the sense of it, that we would go to a home run derby.
And then no one will hit a homer. It'll be a tie.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Well, with Jake LaBelle on the Silver Knights side, I
would heavily favor the Silver Knights in the home run derby.
I will not debate that.
Here is the pitch. Catches in there on the lower outside corner, called strike. Count here is 0-1 from Noki. Marquia had a solid line. He went perfect in 2 innings with two strikeouts. Pitch. That one's also in there, called strike. And now that's strike 2. The 0-2 misses that one outside. Had a late kick to it. For Mike Noki, was part of the All-Star Game festivities for the scouting day, as he threw a couple of pitches trying to wow some scouts, get himself signed to a professional contract. 1-2. Just want to chop or foul third base side. Backhanding this one's going to be Hughes. He'll flip this one over to his teammates in the dugout, and it will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. With an on Noki, will actually shake off 2 signs, then nod. Here's a windup in the 0-2. Fastball, that one runs outside. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Right now, the Worcester Bravehearts on top of Brockton. 4-0 top of the 6th. A 1-0 game in Bristol in the bottom of the 4th, with the Navigators leading the Blues.
Beautiful breaking ball, and his curve wows again. Noki striking out the batter looking. That's an absolutely beautiful curve ball there from Noki.
Good way to enter a ball game.
Third baseman, number 23, Max Gorione. He grounded out to short in the 3rd and flew out to right in the 5th. Here's the pitch. This one fouled first base side. Nearly got another camera person as Nashua continues to play a little bit of target practice with PCTV operators. It's a 0-1 count. Pitch misses outside. Now 1 ball, 1 strike.
Is there some like vendetta or something against them that I'm unaware of?
No, but I would say this. A target hitting as opposed to a home run derby or incorporating that as the pitch is low.
No,
2-1.
That would just...
No, like a sign that says hit it here.
No, I know what you're talking
that.
about. I know what you're talking about, but believe me, with all respect to players around the FCBL.
Well,
but
first going to get your respect in a minute. This one a chop and a short throw, but a first high throw, but still holding onto the bag was Sullivan. Great tag there from the All-Star, who continues to amaze defensively.
Anyhow, we have enough trouble with home run derbies where there's a very small selection of players around the league who can actually hit homers even in derby-esque situations.
Very true.
So having a targeting game would just be, I think, ridiculous.
It would be fun.
It would be fun for maybe the first 5 minutes, and then the novelty would wear off.
I don't think so. 2 men gone, and now it'll be the top of the order. 3 times through, now the fourth. He shatters his bat right to Noki.
Oh, boy.
And Noki will turn the key over to Sullivan for a throw out over to first, 1-3. He will snare the extra bits of bat and saves himself from getting injured. But it's a 1-2-3 inning for Noki in the Suns defense. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We now head to the bottom of the 8th. We're going to keep it here and listen to everyone sing Sweet Caroline. Here at Wacona Park, no score between the Nashua Silver Knights and the Pittsfield Suns. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Touching you, sweet Caroline, time feathers and silver,
It is the bottom of the 8th and the bottom of the order here for the Pittsfield Suns. McHale, Hudson, Shea. Collectively, however, not the greatest of nights. 0 for 6 with a couple strikeouts. But then again, there's only 5 total hits in the ball game, with the Suns having 3. And it looks like Thomas Hughes right now is warming up in the pen, and he will potentially come out in the 9th. We're waiting for a PA to be continued or finished off here.
I like Sweet Caroline too, but, well, come on now.
Well, we'll continue to sing here at least.
There's some technical difficulties downstairs, I guess.
I think it was, I don't want to say ignorance, but at least letting people cheer on. And they continue. How fitting. Pitch. First pitch over the inside part of the plate, but it runs low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Here in the bottom of the 8th, no score between the Silver Knights and the Suns. Here's the 1-0. The one runs a little high and tight now, 2-0. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Billy Madewell, Andrew Belargin, Paul Outfield at Wacona Park in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Bottom of the 8th, no score between the Nashua Silver Knights and the Pittsfield Suns, as this one is a hot shot single that goes into center field.
Finally, a base runner for the Suns. They hit a cruise a little bit last inning, but couldn't quite push anything across. But there's the go-ahead run on first, and it actually comes with no outs on the board, which gives the Suns a little bit of breathing room.
And this will bring up the catcher number 7, Hunter Hudson, in his debut thus far. 0 for 2. Also a catcher's interference on his end. They're expecting him to bunt as the third baseman, Corrione, is well in on the grass, about 5 feet. Holding the runner on, there is Berardino as well over at first.
Make a great impression if you on your first impression on your new team if you could lay down this bunt successfully.
Well, he's going to switch around to the left-hand side of his plate appearance. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike.
Huh? Well,
the count here is 0-1.
Never mind laying one down, at least for now.
Cam Cruz as assigned. The 0-1 hits the outside corner on a generous call. The count now 0-2.
At least it's been consistent generosity between these two teams.
So Cruz now with the 0-2. This one chopped foul off the batter. So we'll go again from 0-2 here. Cruz from the stretch. 0-2 count. Off first is McHale with a modest lead. Here's the 0-2. Runs well high. Again, they're expecting at least the first baseman there, Berardino, ran in. But there's 2 strikes. Wouldn't expect him to bunt with 2 strikes. At risk of a strikeout if it goes foul.
Yeah, bunt is definitely out of the picture at this point. You don't want to give away an out that easily. And Hudson hasn't even flashed bunt since he got up to the plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Kill, a little bit larger lead. Here's the 1-2. Curveball runs high over the outside part of the plate. Great pitch there from Cruz, just a little bit high. Now the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I was thinking at first he might have rung him.
Outside corner, no.
Ooh.
Yes,
oh.
He is called. It was a late strike 3 call, but that will do him in. It was a very late call there from Mark Irish. Yeah, I'm glad we said that off air. I'm glad we said that without the mics live. Chad Shade, the center fielder, with 1 man gone, will dig in. Thank you, Andrew.
You're welcome.
This one, a high fly ball going out into center field. Coming in as a center fielder. He'll dive, and he make a fantastic catch. Tyree trying to double him up, will not do so, but a fantastic diving catch from Luke Tyree, the center fielder.
Fantastic catch indeed. It's been amazing defense on both ends for most of the game. Hence the 0-0 score. 6 combined hits. And, well, you're not going to find this in a scoreboard or box score anywhere, but you're going to find virtually 0 offensive pressure exerted from both of these teams, as it's just been pretty much non-existent to this point.
Here's a pitch. Curveball.
Ooh.
Well-placed pitch. But
Well,
the good news is he didn't leave it hanging up there. This one did run on the inside corner, called strike.
really good curveball and a great first pitch decision as well.
Here is the next pitch. Cut on and miss, and now he moves the curveball to the outside part of the plate. Swung on and miss, and now it's 0-2.
Suns hitters in general today can't go right, either swinging at silly pitches or taking obvious hit-me pitches. It's just been a very trying day in general for the offense.
Pitch is upstairs. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I don't know, is there going to be swinging and missing at a home run derby later today?
At this rate, we're going well towards it.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2. Runs in, and they rule him out. They called him out on another late strike 3 call.
Yikes.
Mark Irish is having a tough day at the plate here today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to head to the 9th.
And leave it at that.
No score between the Nashua Silver Knights and the Pittsfield Suns, and it looks like, I believe, Hughes will be coming out to pitch. We'll be right back with more Pittsfield Suns baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Here's my cell phone number, my husband's cell phone number, and here's the number to the grandparents. The number of the restaurant we'll be at, it's just down the block. And I told the neighbors you were here, so if anything happens, anything at all, don't hesitate to call. And what's your cell phone number again? I don't think I put that in.
Honey.
What?
Honey, he'll be fine. Okay, let's go.
I know you're right.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months. No back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months. And no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs and more about autism, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Salagadoola, metricapoola, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo.
You must be your fairy godmother. Yes.
It doesn't take a fairy godmother to tell you that the right fit means everything.
Good heavens, child. You can't go in that.
Children under 4'9" need to be in a booster seat because they aren't ready for adult safety belts alone. Many parents miss the important step of booster seats.
Maybe you better explain things to him.
Booster seats raise your child up so that a safety belt designed for adults will fit and protect them properly.
Oh, that does make a difference.
Remember that 4'9" is the magic number, and get your little pumpkin there safely in a booster seat.
Hop in, my dear. Oh, thank you.
And like Cinderella, you can live happily ever after.
It's like a dream. A wonderful dream come true.
For more information, visit boosterseat.gov. This has been a message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
New pitcher in the ball game, and well, not a new player, but more like shifting over to pitching, as we've seen from Thomas Hughes so many times this year. In fact, 6 times this season, Hughes is coming out of the pen, pitching 9 innings of stellar ball, 6 hits, and an unearned run with 10 strikeouts, a win on the season, and a 0 ERA.
First pitch, beautiful curveball there, and that one's a called strike. Count is 0-1. Next pitch, that one runs low, and that one is now a 1-1 set here in the top of the 9th. No score between the Silver Knights and the Suns. 1-1. Snared down the left field side. Coming in here is going to be White, and he will collect the ball on the dead run for the first out of the inning.
Oh, yeah. I can feel like a home run derby is coming on because neither of these teams have just done anything. Like they may as well take like a. They may as well leave their bats back in the dugout. Just say like, okay.
For a home run derby?
For regulation, of course.
Oh, regulation.
For regulation.
Again, it's not extra innings. It's extra inning.
Yeah.
Singular. First pitch. That's in there for a called strike. The count here is 0-1. Bernardino is 0 for 2 on the day. He did reach base on a catcher's interference. Pitch snubbed over towards Demo, and on a humpback line drive, he collects the second out of the inning. L4 on the play, and now 2 men gone. Bring out the DH number 21, Jake LaBelle.
Even with things going the way they are, you still got to watch yourself around this guy.
You're going to be watching Jake LaBelle. Should it come to a home run derby, he will be probably the only man.
Given the nature of the game, I wouldn't be surprised if LaBelle just reared his head back and said, forget it, and tried to put it over the wall.
Beautiful pitch there from the sidearm hurler. Two-way player, Thomas Hughes.
Beat around the bush with LaBelle.
Here's the 0-1 well outside. Again, as a sidearmer, you're always going to sometimes, if you overthrow it, it's going outside to a righty, well inside to a lefty.
Well, when I said beat around the bush, I didn't quite mean it like that.
Just trying to trim the hedges. So he's a little off. Sue him.
Yeah, more like mowing the whole lawn.
Pitch is inside. Maybe low as well. Count now 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 men gone. In the top of the 9th, no score. Two one. It looks like it must have been low. It looked good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
3-1 is the count.
Okay, sure.
3-1, a hard shot, and it goes past Kalumovic in third, and that'll be a base hit for Jake LaBelle.
A little bit of 2-out hitting for the Silver Knights, and well, some form of hitting is, I guess, better than nothing because we haven't seen anything like that from Nashua in 4 whole innings.
And are they going to replace him? Yes, they are. Number 3 is going to be the pinch runner here for Jake LaBelle.
Good call.
That is Tyler Littlefield.
Good call to get some type of something. I mean, I've never seen Jake LaBelle run the base paths before, but based on their actions, it seems like they might not think he's the fleetest of foot. In any case, a good time for a substitution like this. If he's fast enough, hitting the outfield could score him.
Pitch. It's a changeup, and it's not called, so Hughes does not get the call as the pitch looked good on the knees for a ball count here 1-0.
Oh, boy.
The 1-0 hits the inside corner this time, and now the count is 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 men gone and a runner on first. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Silver Knights. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Suns. The 1 error is a catcher interference. Throw to first.
I don't know if we get through a home run derby and somehow are still tied for that. Maybe base hits can be the tiebreaker or something.
The 1-1 snared foul down the right field line. Look out, everyone. That one is going to be a souvenir for someone out there, but also a foul ball.
Okay, yeah, looking at Littlefield to run the pace pass just there. The dude can run. Oh, mama, I'd like to get a radar gun on that. The dude can run.
Littlefield is only 1 for 2 on the season in stolen base attempts. 27 games played.
Well, stats are deceptive then because he can blitz. No kidding.
Check on first. The runner does go. The 1-2 is low. The throw over to second is in time. A great throw there from Hunter Hudson in his debut, and the Suns have all the momentum on their side as we head down to the bottom of the 9th. No score between the Silver Knights and the Suns. We head now to the bottom of the 9th again. No score. You're listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
In times like these, violence in our schools is a reality, so it's important to know what to do if a dangerous situation arises, and also how to prevent it. Kids, never bring a weapon to school, and if you see a student with one, or even hear someone talking about having a weapon, report it immediately. If something doesn't seem right or look right to you, speak up. If someone you know is showing signs of anger, or if you are feeling out of control, tell someone. If you feel threatened or bullied, tell someone. Violent acts often start out as small disagreements. Tell a parent or teacher if you see an argument taking place. It's better to let someone know about a disagreement before it gets out of hand. Let's put an end to these tragedies. Ask your school to adopt an anti-violence program. Visit ncpc.org to learn more about how to keep your school safe. That's ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
We head now to the bottom of the 9th, and the third baseman, now pitcher Thomas Hughes, is going to dig in against Cam Cruz, who is in his 3rd inning of relief. With that being said, again, with the Futures Collegiate Baseball League, we don't have extra innings, extra inning. Going to the 10th, if that is still tied, we go to a home run derby 11th. Pitch, that one's in there for a called strike.
Well, if the Suns were to walk them off here, Thomas Hughes himself would get the win, so why not lend a hand to his own cause here?
Very true. The 0-1 also hits in there, called strike. Count now is 0-2. Now, how fitting would that be, literally getting the win on your own bat? And 2 ways to the sense, a walk-off and pitching.
Well, barring a homer, he can't walk himself off.
This one, a chopper to Biddison, who will glove it, throw over to first, 1 gone.
Well,
So I'll bring up now Patrick Sullivan, who has a homer on the year, but that was his first game.
and based on my interview with him after, I got the sense that the homer was kind of a fluke. And, his play since then has backed it up. Not to say that, his play has by any means been bad, but he's not a power hitter.
So Jack Kolumbovic currently sitting on deck, replacing the DH Ivan Nunez at third from Thomas Hughes, moving over from third to pitch. Here's the pitch. Well outside, ball 1. Cam Cruz from the stretch. Again, it works exclusively from towing the first base most side rubbers. This one, a broken bat, foul ball, and he's going to snatch a new stick of lumber there.
Blues take a 2-1 lead over the Navigators, bottom of the 5th at Muzzy Field. Bravehearts still hold a 5-0 lead over Brockton in the top of the 7th.
Brockton has been on a hot streak as of late, huh, Andrew?
Well, that hot streak could be coming to an end tonight.
Worcester winners of 6 straight, 9-1 in their last 10.
Yes, the Bravehearts themselves have certainly been on a hot streak.
In fact, they're only 3 games back of the all-season-long hot Martha's Vineyard Sharks.
And again, the team that prevented them from touching double digits with a win streak, the North Shore Navigators, throttling Worcester at home 14-7, which I find to be quite amusing.
And a football score, 2-1 touchdowns.
Yes, but that's the team that has been in the cellar most of the season was the one to break up the winning streak. Because at their own place, nonetheless, is something I find to be amusing. Welcome to baseball.
It doesn't matter if you have the best team record-wise. You're not going to be the best team every night.
Correct.
The 1-1, that one misses outside. Now the count here is 2-1 against the lefty, Patrick Sullivan. Bottom of the ninth, 1 man gone, no score. Suns only need a run here. 2-1. That one runs in. Now 3-1. And I think they would replace Sullivan on the bases. We'll see. Here's a 3-1. That one shot foul, and now it'll be 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Like so many before him they have failed to do, he's actually got to get that far.
Very true. He's only been to first once here today. That was a first pitch line shot down the right field side past the first baseman, Berardino, on a hard hit ball that had to have been at least 100 miles an hour off the bat. Here's a payoff. High fly ball going to right field. Will dip into right field for a base hit for his second hit of the ball game.
Well, not exactly the same thing, but learn right after you're talking about it, Billy. Maybe you should talk more about that, huh?
Well,
as expected, of course.
Nolan Cloutier is going to be the pinch runner, number 23.
Sullivan's issues running the base paths have been, at this point, well-renowned.
Well, not issues, really, because he hasn't attempted any stolen bases.
Well,
he's just
there's
not the
also
fleetest of foot.
there's a very good reason he hasn't attempted any stolen bases, and it's because he's not particularly fast. So it makes all the sense.
Jack Kolumovic in his first at-bat of the ball game.
Or even just getting on base at this point would be great.
1 man gone, runner on first. Jack Kolumovic up again for the first time. Runner on first is Nolan Cloutier as the pinch runner. Cam Cruz with the sign for the 0-1. Hot shot down the right field line. That was a fair ball going down the right field line. Running second is going to be Cloutier. And let's see if they're going to round him. They are going to hold him up. And that would have been a throw out at home. A big clutch hit by Jack Kolumovic down the right field line. A double. And now the winning run is 90 feet away.
There we go. Some clutching from a guy who hasn't had the best of seasons, but getting it done when it matters the most. Thought for a very brief moment that was going to be ball game. And I know you thought that too for a minute there, Billy, wondering if they were going to round the runner. Good thing they didn't. That would have been a tremendous waste. But still, 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 away. Nobody on first, so forget the conventional double play. There's some potential here. And look who's coming up next, Billy.
Let's see if they're going to replace the hurler Cruz.
He has given them quite some innings, and he might be a bit gassed at this point, which would be...
There is someone warming up in the pen.
It doesn't look like they're going to take him out.
I think it's more of a stall tactic than anything.
Potentially, but, well, to what extent are you going to stall for? Because if you leave him on the mound and walk away, you might not get the chance to go back on the field, and you might be taking an L. So it looks like they're going to give him the chance to try to get out of this one.
That is number 30 for the Nashua Silver Knights. Dan Shaw is warming up in the pen, and they're going to intentionally pass DiMartino here.
Good
a smart
call.
move to try to set up an inning-ending double play.
And then I would imagine he probably is going to get lifted. But yeah, definitely, I would almost say the obvious play to give him the IBB on this one. It just makes too much sense.
And here's the all-star Dylan Fairclough. With the bases loaded, 1 man gone, the infield is in.
Are they gonna give him a free pass?
They already did. Fairclough is at the plate. Bases loaded, 1 man gone. Here's a pitch, a short chopper to the shortstop. He bobbles it, throws it home, and it's safe. It is safe. It was booted by the shortstop, Morissette, and that ends the ball game. The slide came in, and the Pittsfield Suns win it late, but better late than never. A 1-0 game winner by Dylan Fairclough.
Well, wasn't pretty, but better than nothing. That's ball game. A huge victory for the Suns. Really needed this one, and they get it in walk-off fashion.
Against the Nashua Silver Knights, and that is a huge win to start off the second half of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with the Pittsfield Suns post-game show heard right here on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network.
Home safety is a family effort. Being safe and sound should be everyone's priority. In times like these, theft and violence can strike anywhere. Protect your family. Keep your home well lighted and always lock doors and windows. Installing alarms adds an extra level of protection. Never leave valuables in plain sight. To learn more about protecting your home and family, visit ncpc.org or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone? Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
Welcome to the Pittsfield Suns post-game show on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. And now, back to Paul Dowd Field at historic Wakota Park in Pittsfield with your hosts, Billy Madewell and Andrew Belargent.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pittsfield Suns post-game show heard right here on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. If you missed out, you missed absolutely everything. You missed a pitcher's duel in every sense of the definition, and you missed a walk-off game winner by Dylan Fairclough. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Billy Madewell. Andrew Belargent here as well. Andrew, that game was full of everything.
Oh, it was great. I know you like pitchers' duels a lot, Billy, so I'm sure you enjoyed it, but that was just a baseball game for everyone, and it was a good win for the Suns. I called it a must-win in our pregame, and I will still hold firm to that, and it was a game that, well, they didn't win the prettiest of ball games, but W is a W.
A W is a W. That's the way to put it right there, Andrew. So with that being said, the only scoring recap is, the bases loaded with one man gone. Excuse me. Bases have runners on second and third. An intentional pass to Drew DiMartino, who already has 2 walk-off winners this season. They load the bases, pull the infield in. A grounder to short. Morissette boots it off his glove. A late throw home, and it's ruled safe for a game-winning error. And Fairclough reaches first on that said error, and it wins the ball game in quite a high-scoring game of 1-0.
Yes, a very high-scoring game where they combined for 9 total base hits.
3 for Nashua, 6 for the Suns. Nashua also doubles up the errors, 2-1. But a big primetime hit there. And now the Pittsfield Suns will improve to 16-22 on the season, while Nashua, their attempts to make the 2018 postseason, they continue to falter. Right now, sitting at 13-26, and even 2 losses for every win.
Yeah, it's been a messy season for the defending FCBL champions, and barring a turnaround, they might just completely miss the playoffs as a whole.
Now, for that being said, a great game overall again, Andrew. Really, absolutely. What was your most? What was the point when the game turned around for you?
Well, I would say the bottom of the ninth when the game was walked off. I think that makes for a pretty solid turning point right there when the game was won off of pretty much a single action. I think that would probably be my answer.
Now, the pitcher of the ball game for the Pittsfield Suns, Joey Rogers, with the start of the season.
He had a pretty solid start where he pitched 5 shutout innings, and well, he threw a lot of pitches and probably could have given the team more innings, but the innings he did give were definitely quality despite the fact he will not receive the quality start.
That being said, Thomas Hughes will collect the victory.
We were just talking about that earlier.
Getting the loss will be Cam Cruz. And the hitter of the ball game, we're going to give it to the defensive replacement, Jack Kolumovic.
Yes.
Going 1-for-1 with a double, really charging the spark.
I would say that, of course, he only had one at-bat, but that at-bat, I do believe, was the most important at-bat of the game.
Andrew, what are your final thoughts on tonight's contest?
Well, I called this a must-win before the game because, well, certainly no disrespect for Nashua, Class A organization. Of course, like any other team in the FCBL, they are a competitive baseball organization, but they are the bottom of the FCBL right now, only descending further with this loss. And I felt like if the Suns really were going to call themselves a playoff team, this was a game they really kind of had to win. And, well, again, not the prettiest of victories, as the Suns' offense pretty much dead almost all ball game long, except for when they absolutely had to come alive. So it was not the prettiest of wins, but it was a win that the Suns absolutely had to have. And they're 6 games under 500 now, but, well, they just pulled a little bit away from their main competition for their playoff spot. So as far as making the playoffs go, that seems to be in pretty good standing for the Suns as they move forward.
This ball game started at 6:30 and ended at 8:39 for a game time total of 2 hours and 9 minutes in front of a crowd that is currently undetermined. The next time you'll hear from us is going to be tomorrow night. And for that, the Pittsfield Suns are going to be taking on the North Shore Navigators. Game time scheduled for 6:30, and the pregame is set for 6 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us. Alongside Andrew Belargin for players, coaches, umpires, and fans, this is Billy Madewell signing off, saying thank you for listening and watching into Pittsfield Suns Baseball and the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Have yourself a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow night right back here at Wacona Park.
Thank you for listening to Pittsfield Suns Baseball on the Pittsfield Suns Baseball Network. Please join us next time for more exciting baseball action from Paul Dowd Field at historic Wacona Park. This play-by-play broadcast of Pittsfield Suns Baseball was a production of the Pittsfield Suns. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the accounts and descriptions of this game without the expressed written consent of the Pittsfield Suns is strictly prohibited.